not gonna do that. I do see Roy. I see David. Lisa doesn't have her camera on. I see Grace. I see Tops. That's a big man right there. He's not gonna call him cute. I see Lamont. Not gonna call him cute. Okay, we have one. Maybe. Okay, hello. You're the cutest one. How are you? You're a woman. And I'm gonna pick great. I'm gonna just pick the ladies. Is there any more ladies? My fault, fellas. I gotta show love to the ladies. Let me see. Okay, Lisa right here too. So I'm gonna do this. We're just gonna make it. Oh, Lisa, what's up? Any more ladies? Wave it, wave it, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. No, no. All right, cool. All right, ladies.
Wow.
Somebody in the chat says we're doomed because I pick nothing but ladies.
Oh my
No,
God.
we're not.
No, you're not.
And we should not let you drive this live because women can't drive, and that's crazy. That's what somebody said. I didn't say that. All right, what are your thoughts, ladies? Talk to me.
I don't know who
Um,
wants to go, but one of my thoughts, first of all, Lou, blessings to you as always. I've been following you for so long. I saw you at the rally in the Bronx, and it was such a pleasure meeting you. You have a beautiful spirit. So I just wanted to start off by saying that thank you for your wonderful content, and thank you for keeping us abreast to what's going on.
Thank you. I
Um,
appreciate you. Thank you.
so one of the things that I want to say, I voted for Trump 3 times, and I don't know what lies behind the story. I do think that there is some kind of deep state that lies within the administration. I could be very wrong. Um, and I don't look at Trump as a god. I serve Jesus Christ. He is king. However, it what is making me question a lot is a lot of the things that Elon is posting up. And depending on if this is supposed to be some kind of gotcha where Trump is working behind the scenes, he's not doing it correctly. There are ways where Trump could say and have Pam Bondi as well as Tulsi Gabbard say, listen, we have evidence, we're going through it. We don't want to release this until we have all the information. You have to give us 6 months, 8 months. You don't have to camouflage it to the point where you have a lot of your followers and a lot of your voters apprehensive about what you're really doing. Um, Again, there are ways, I work in politics. There are ways where people can go around and letting the people know that we're on top of this. The way Trump interjected when Pam Bondi was speaking, I thought he should have fall back. I didn't like the way he interrupted her. And like one of the panelists said, that it gives room to understand where is Tulsi Gabbard. It's a great question.
That is a great
It's
question.
a great question. Where is she? Why is she so silent? And why is Trump muzzling her? Um,
By the way, real quick, I did see a picture of Ghislaine Maxwell and Elon Musk. So, but that's another topic for another conversation. But Elon Musk saying that he was like, "Oh, my party would be the party to release this." I'm like, bro, your party's probably gonna do the same thing. Like, you're
yeah.
literally like on camera with Ghislaine Maxwell, Solange Cruz. Thank you so much. But to your point, I do want to say, do okay. Where's your trust? What to everybody in the chat and you? Where's your trust level from 1 through 10 for when it comes to the FBI, DOJ, CIA with John Radcliffe, or the whole administration? What's your trust level now?
So my trust level is about an 8. And like I said, I work in politics. So I know what they do and what they don't do. Um, Me voting for Trump, like I said, it wasn't to have full faith in Trump, because at the end of the day, even though I look at Trump as a third party, and when I say third party, because he's MAGA, he did something different than Republicans do. However, he still shows up in some ways with this specific situation and with Israel, because that's another thing that's bugging me.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident.
There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court or pay expensive upfront legal fees. Listen, if you've been in a car accident in the past year, even as a passenger, you could be owed a significant cash payout. While most victims are...
I think we need to stay out of it. And I don't like the fact that he is too buddy with Netanyahu. A lot of people on this platform, they feel that we have to work with Israel. Number one, people need to really read the Bible, because Israel was not a nation that God was speaking about. Israel was Jacob that became Israel, that had 12 children. And when God says you is not a nation, you is a person. Israel is a person. And if you really delve into the scriptures, you'll definitely understand that. Number two,
Can I,
Israel has 300 churches, Christian churches, and Palestine has over 700.
Mm.
So I personally look at the one that is opening up to Christianity. God says in Matthew 28 that we're to go out and preach the gospel and get all men saved. And the allegiance to those that don't believe in Christ as a Christian is beyond me. I am not a Christian Zionist. I am a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. He is the
uh,
only way, the truth, and the life. Period. That's all. So for those that are listening to pastors and
uh,
not truly reading the scriptures, it's there. It's there. God, when God says to bless those that bless you, he was talking about Israel, Jacob that became Israel. So I just wanted to
can
say
I,
that. Thank you for giving me this time, Lou.
I
And it's always a
appreciate you.
pleasure.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much for going. I
can,
appreciate you.
can
Thank you.
I, can I give my 2 cents, Lou?
Go ahead. Go ahead. You're next. Go ahead. Thank
Hey,
you,
Lou, how
Lisa.
you doing? Long time no see. You haven't been to the
Um,
Bronx lately? How are
I
you?
know, I know. We've met each other quite a few times. I want to say I appreciate you coming on to the channel, and the fact that you're still watching and still supporting this
Yes, of
platform.
course. Just
Thank
an
you.
FYI, I'm running for Bronxboro president.
Yes, I think you
We're
told
gonna
me that
talk
when we
about
were
that.
with Team 40,
Anyway,
right?
this thing with Epstein. I don't know if you know. There's feedback. I keep hearing previous people that you talked to already. So it's like very distracting. Anyway, this thing with Epstein and Pam Bondi and Bongino and everybody. This is hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, all right. So I think everybody needs to just calm down. They got all their panties up in a bunch. They need to calm down. Remember, Chuck Schumer said that the intelligence community has every which way from Sunday to get you. Remember, the swamp is deep, and who has been the most vocal and most out of the gate person going after them? Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi has been a pit bull going after these people. So there are still operatives in the government. So we don't know. Everybody, I'd like to know, where was all this outrage when Biden was in office and all the crap they did? Where was all this outrage from people? Nobody said anything. So for everybody to get all crazy because of this, listen, we don't know what the bigger picture is. There's something else. And again, this could be a distraction. Remember, when they want to do something over there, they distract us over here. So you have to know, this is Trump plays 3D, 4D, 5D chess, and these people are trying to get rid of Pam Bondi and Bongino and Cash Patel. They're trying to get rid of them because they have been the ones going after the deep state, and they don't like it. So I don't know what's going on as far as all this evidence. And really, at this point, I really don't care. I'm over 65. I really don't care about Jeffrey Epstein. And it makes me wonder, what do people expect to see? Do they want to see all these lurid pictures of the people that were abused? What do they expect to see? What I want to see who's the client list. I want to see why these are the people. That's what people need to be outraged about. Where are the people that procured the women? Who's the ones that perpetrated the crime? You can't, a prostitute wouldn't make any money if there were no Johns, right? So somebody paid Jeffrey Epstein to bring girls or to bring them to girls, however they worked it. Obama's involved in that.
Introducing the filter.
Obama is he's, I mean, if you know Lou, Obama's been involved in this. Clinton's been involved in it. Both Clintons, male and female, they're all involved in this. So somebody's doing something to try to put a stain on Trump's agenda here, and people need to calm down and just go with it. You cannot believe what's going on. Maybe they'll come out with something, maybe they won't. But you know what? If this is what people are focused on, then they're focusing on the wrong thing. That's my opinion. They should be focusing. There's bigger fish to fry. Like the people who
Lou,
who
can I
involved
say,
in it.
Hold
all
on,
the big names, all these big names that they're hiding. Netanyahu is probably involved in that. Think about that. Israel is just as big a pedophilia outlet, if you will, or
Whoa.
sex act.
Grace, you're going off the shambles. Relax, please. Let's not make those accusations because we don't want letters of defamation to hit this channel, especially from Israel or the Israeli government. So let's relax on that. Also, again, Grace says something that I told you guys that Charlie Kirk said. Remember, Charlie Kirk said that people over the age of 45, even 35 to a degree, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, baby boomers, and people younger, you heard it. She doesn't care. You know what I mean?
well, I do.
Who cares about Epstein? Now, hold on, I'm gonna let you go, but that's my whole thing. It's like that attitude of there's bigger fish to fry. This is the biggest fish to fry.
That's the only fish.
Guy that has the names. This is the guy that has been friends with every celebrity, has all the tapes, has all the connections, connected to Bill Gates, connected to Prince Andrews, connected to some of the biggest names. This is the biggest fish to fry. This is the guy connected to the biggest thing. He had an island where famous people flew and he recorded them and, did all these things. Like, we know this. There's no bigger fish to fry than the king of the pedophiles. Like, what bigger fish is there to fry other than this guy by the name of Jeffrey Epstein? This is the fish. Like, this is it. Does not get bigger than this guy. So it's like, I don't know. Like, you get mad at me because I say that I didn't like Trump's response. You tell me F you. Then you say we should get over this. We should focus on the winning. It's like, okay, I guess then I guess we shouldn't care about this, into your opinion. But I beg to differ. But I guess there's a huge portion of people that think that MAGA is much bigger than the Epstein saga. Like, we should stick to being MAGA more than care about this. And it's like, no, you'll never get me to do that. I'm not gonna do that. Doesn't mean I don't love Trump. Doesn't mean I'm not appreciative of what's been happening at the border, what's been happening with peace, what's been happening as a whole. But it's like people are so quick. They're like, "Ooh, let's move out the way. Yeah, get out of here. We're winning. No, this is the biggest loss. So again, you could call me weak. You could call me that all you want. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I don't care about Epstein. I don't care about pedophiles. Look at yourself in the mirror and say that to yourself. Cool. But you people that think like that make me sick. They make me want to throw up. I'll be honest with y'all. Make me want to puke, bro. It's like, but again, Charlie Kirk literally went on Fox News and he said he's noticing that there's a statistical difference between people under the age of 30 that support Trump, that really care about this, and over the age of 30, people don't. And it's like, whoa. All right. Sorry, I had to go on that rant. What is your name and where are you calling from? And you are my final caller today. I appreciate everybody coming through. Go ahead.
My name is Sandra, and I'm calling from Pearland, Texas, which by way of Houston, on the outskirts of Houston.
Okay,
Texas.
okay, we're not far from each other.
Yeah, I have been following you, Lou, for a minute now. I think you guys came over to George. You was with George and the those guys,
Yes.
and yeah, and y'all come over to provoke thoughts. But anyway, um, that this situation with Epstein, this is the only thing that we should be focused on. And I want to get this straight for the people in the back of the bus.
Teenagers are building businesses with AI, while the only AI you know is ChatGPT. Let's be real. Most people over 40 use ChatGPT like it's Google. Copy, paste, ask a basic question, move on. That's not how smart people use AI. Tomorrow, we're starting the 28-day AI challenge for beginners over 40. Just 15 minutes a day to level up. In 1 week, you'll feel unstoppable. In 2 weeks, you'll have your strategy. In a month, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Tap the screen to join us.
Why people are fatter today than in the 1950s.
The idea that breakfast was the most important meal of the day was an advertising push by.
It's not just little girls that we're talking about. We're talking about little boys as well, because there were boys and girls. So, and 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 um, and when we talk about boys and girls, okay, you have to ask yourself the question. This guy, Abercrombie and Fitch, is totally connected to the Jeffrey Epstein situation. And these men, they were going around the country, you know, doing whatever they were doing to little boys, and uh, using them as models and so forth and so on. But when I saw today President Trump intervene, and when he intervened, I thought he was going to intervene and speak on behalf of the questions that the people had, the concerns. But for him to say, we got bigger fish to fry, and we got bigger things to deal with, which is Texas. Yes, Texas gonna take care of Texas. We have always taken care of Texas. I have been in Texas all of my life, but that's not what's important right now. What's important is what you run on. You ran on the fact that you were going to release these files, and for Pam Bundy to come and say all of a sudden there is no files. I'm sorry, she need to go, because for you to say, you say that you had all of these files on your desk and it was just a matter of time for you to get to them because you had so many other things going on. Now if you have other things going on, that's one thing. But for the people, for Charlie Kirk to say people guess 40 and older or 35 and older doesn't care. I have grandbabies, and so I care. I truly care, because I refuse to sit here and act like nothing has happened to someone's child. And I believe that at this point now, because there have been no parents that's come forward, I believe that the parents need to be held accountable as well. Because that means the parents were involved with whatever this man and other people were doing. And we need them all exposed. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter. Let the chips fall where they may. If it's whatever countries involved, whatever cities, states, whatever, it does not matter. Let it fall where it may, because I believe in my heart. Yes, we are living in peerless times, but I believe in my heart that this is a test from God to our president to see if you're going to do what is necessary. This is necessary, because if you don't follow through with this, how can we expect for you to follow through with anything else? Because
Mm.
right now, those every child that was involved, that someone has taken advantage of or done something that's so heinous to somebody's child, you should want to know who did this and why. And how are we holding them up in standards and putting them in positions? And I believe in my heart it's the Republican and the Democratic Party. All of them are involved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Again, that's a great point. I think that is an amazing point. I think that somebody said, how did we get here? Well, we got here because if somebody thinks it's like a fake report, no, this is a real report. This is from the DOJ. It's not just Axios. Axios just happens to be the first publisher to gather this story. Somebody in the Trump administration must have leaked it out. But this is a story that we all know has now been confirmed by the DOJ. That they have
And no, I don't
concluded.
trust the DOJ. I don't trust none of it. I believe we need to start over when it comes to the DOJ. All of them, they are all fake, corrupt, and if Epstein was part of the CIA, all of them need to be. Just done away with.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good point. What was your name again?
Sandra.
Sandra from Texas. Thank you
Yes.
so much for your passion. This is an amazing call and a good way to
Thank you
close
so
out.
much.
I want to
And
say
Lou, by the way, Netanyahu, if the people want to know, you can go pull it up yourself. Israel was in the process of throwing him overboard before the situation with Gaza happened.
before
They
October
was
7th.
Yes, they were getting ready to get rid of him. And if you read it, read everything, this man has done he's committed so many crimes. It's ridiculous. And he's got his hands in so much to where you have to wonder, why would we want to involve ourselves with someone like that?
Okay. Good point. We've been preaching that on this channel for
But
some time. So
thank
many
you,
people.
and stay on their neck. Stay on their neck and don't get up off.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I just added somebody. Let me see what we could do here. All right, let me make sure. All right, I want to read this from Robert Arend. He says the Art of the Deal guide negotiated a deal with Netanyahu for the end of Bibi's war in exchange for dropping the Epstein investigation and for the Nobel Prize. You know,
no offense, but if you're paying more than $30 a month on car insurance, you're getting ripped off. Everybody knows you can buy car insurance online, but did you know there's an Amazon for car insurance? That's right. An online marketplace that cuts out the middleman and gives you wholesale prices. You can save $1,500 per year on the same car insurance that you currently have. Guys, everybody is ditching their car insurance and buying from a marketplace instead. The reason why you're likely overpaying for car insurance is because 80% of what you pay goes to commissions for the insurance agent. 80%? But if you buy from the marketplace instead, you can cut out the middleman and put that 80% back into your pocket. This website has liability for just $18 per month and full coverage insurance for just $1 per day, using the same big companies you already know. And here's what else you get when you buy from an online marketplace. No more spam calls from all hours of the day, no more hidden fees, and no more rising premiums. You can save up to $1,500 per year on this website, and it only takes 2 minutes to do. It's got an A+ from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, so you know it's legit. I put a link to the website down below. So whatever button you see on this video, go ahead and click that and it'll take you to the website. And you're just gonna answer a couple questions like,
this would be considered a conspiracy, right? This would be considered, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, I don't know if by me saying yes, this is what happened, would be me saying that I know that this is what happened. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like 65, 70% sure that this has to do with a lot of that. This is a great comment, $10 comment, worth every penny. So I appreciate you. And we got one last one. Yeah, shout out to all the callers. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to so many other callers. That Lisa. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to, oh my God, how good is my memory at 28 years old? Shout out to Gina. Gina Marie was one of the best calls I've ever had. I know there was more callers, but if I forgot you, thank you. Okay, Top says, I wanted to say that this administration wants us to talk about it. Wait, I wanted to say it is the administration wants us to talk about it. The big names are going to get out and get arrested. And there's going to be a RICO charge, in my opinion. Again, I told y'all that I wouldn't be surprised if out of nowhere, we get a huge announcement from the FBI of arrest connected to that, or people getting arrested, because I would not be surprised that could be something that could happen. I'm not here exiting. I'm not here giving up. I'm just here saying what the hell is going on and talking to the people and getting their reactions, because that's what it is. We get the reactions. But I think people made good points. People said something good or huge can come out in the next 6 months or the next year that will be connected to this. Or nothing could happen, and then people would be disappointed just like me. So who knows? Who knows? All right, I appreciate y'all. And here's another thing: it's like a lot of y'all don't even know. Y'all coming in here for the first time. Like y'all are coming in here, and then you have no idea what's going on, and then you coming in asking a question of what's the news, bro? We've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. You've missed it. Everything. You missed it all. You got to go watch the whole thing over, bro. You missed it. You missed the party. You missed the arguing. You missed everything. All right. Somebody said, bring a pretty girl up. I did see you earlier, but I see you're back. And per request of the chat, because I know there's a lot of guys that are single in this chat. I don't know why they're single. Oh, you're married. So guys, you're done.
Sorry.
You're done, guys. You have no chat. What's your name? You said Megan?
Yes, my name is Megan. I'm from
Okay.
Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Yes.
Denver, Colorado in the building. What? I got to close out. I did see you in the chat. I chose you over every other guy that was in there. My bad, Steve.
I'm honored.
Steve, I see you, Steve. I know you can hear me. I'm sorry. Megan just looked like somebody that the chat would want to see.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, they'll get their time next time, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm grateful that you let me on. I think the situation, I kind of flip-flop back and forth, depending on like the different commentators I'm listening to. But, earlier today, Dave Smith did an episode, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't remember exactly. But he made a pretty valid point of, no matter like what is really going on behind the scenes, it's pretty depraved to, come on camera and lie so blatantly. And like, how do you like actually live with yourself and like go through, the thoughts of, you're going to be condemned publicly, because I think most of America agrees, no matter what side you're on, there's something nefarious going on. And the cover up, I don't know, it is very concerning, especially when Trump was.
So you would say you think it's a cover up.
Personally, I'm leaning towards it is a cover up. I still have some hope, because I know sometimes we like, especially with Israel and Iran, I was very diehard, like, oh my gosh, we're going to war, it's all over. And then it ended up not being that way. So I'm trying not to allow myself to be emotionally driven. But even like the logic as it pans out, like I just don't understand how for years we have openly known a lot of information, even the things that were redacted still told a pretty clear story that there was some serious crimes happening. And to just close the investigation and act like the things that we saw weren't true, and to kind of make people like us feel kind of crazy, because it is outlandish.
This pissed off a lot of Americans. Let me tell you why. Did you know that if you're an American and you're at least 50 years old, you could be eligible for this $25,000 funeral benefit coverage? It's true. The industry doesn't want you to know about this, and it's the reason why you've been kept in the dark for so long. Many seniors regret not knowing about this sooner because the benefits are insane. This $25,000 burial benefit can help your family save a significant amount when you pass and make you worry less financially, and it's super easy to get. All you need to do is click the link below, answer 2 simple questions, and boom, you're done. No one will call you. No one will text you.
In a sense, like some people might say it's outlandish to believe, oh my gosh, our country's run by pedophiles or whatever, like to somebody who hasn't done that research. But it just kind of leaves us feeling like we were left behind because this was something we were promised. So it's just kind of disheartening, but at the same time, you know, there was a woman on earlier who had a lot of hope. She was very
Hey, Stephanie, what's
what
her
did
name?
you
Yeah.
say? Yeah. You were like, oh, you're very optimistic. And so there's a part of me that wants to be optimistic because I do think Trump is a great president. But I'm afraid that this will leave a stain on his legacy if he doesn't.
If you know, if
If
there's no arrest, because mostly what I'm not gonna lie, like I remember, like let's go back before he even ran, like remember like the whole 2020 election and all these things were happening.
Mhm.
Number one thing people wanted was people to be held accountable and arrested. There
100%.
haven't really been that, like that thing that people like, yo, if Trump gets elected again, people will go and be held accountable. It kind of sounds like that's not gonna be the administration. And to think that the DOJ, or let's just go to the FBI, to think that the FBI is being handled by Kash Patel and also like Dan Bongino, like hardcore people that we watch and listen to,
Yeah.
and that told us what they would do if they were in charge, and now they're in charge, and it's kind of like, whoa, bro, like you're folding, like
Yeah, I totally agree.
you know, you got the video of
Yeah.
Kash Patel coming out, and he's like, what are these Republicans doing? Like, why aren't they doing this and why aren't they doing that? He's that. Like he's
Yeah,
become
like even it's crazy because even like weeks before he was appointed to the FBI, and even Dan Bongino, like right before he was put on as deputy director, like they were very loud and serious about these issues and saying like, do not let these things go. And a lot of people have pointed out that like you look at them now, they kind of look dead in the eyes. Like something has happened. Something is not sitting well, and I don't know if there's been theories of like maybe they have been blackmailed too and they're a part of this ring. I've heard that being said about Trump too, but then I've also heard other things that like the whole Jeffrey Epstein case isn't as deep as people say it is, but I don't believe that because he was already convicted of this crime back in 2000, what was it, 2008 or 2009, and was handed a sweetheart deal, did not get the punishment he should have gotten for the charges that he was given, soliciting prostitution for minors. So it's just kind of hard. There's so many different
and I
opinions out
go
there, but
to close it out.
yeah,
I'll
go
go
ahead.
back to a story that was like viral, right? It's like
Yeah.
people in MAGA would come up, they would come up on stage and tell the story about Trump kicking Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago for his behavior, right? But those now, that story is kind of like, where's that energy? You know what I mean? Where's
Totally
that?
agree.
So I don't know. I'm just seeing a lot of people play this game that I'm not really interested in playing. Right? I'm seeing other
Yeah.
channels and people that I love and respect trying so hard to move on and trying to give people this optimism about something. Like I'm just not gonna play that game with people. I think that's hard. I think that's hardcore cope. And I'm not gonna be that guy. Because I'm under the age of 30. And statistically, according to Charlie Kirk, I care more about this. And I refuse to believe that though. I think that people in his chat, like that are 70 years old or that are even older, like I think they care. You know what I
These
mean?
people care. Yeah.
Yeah, I say like
Well, it's
70
our
years old,
children.
60 years old, 60 years old. I think they care. You know what I mean? There's just
Yeah.
some people that they don't. But I think that's minimal. I think there's a lot of people here that care.
I think there's people who like to let on that they're righteous and have integrity, but when push comes to shove, they falter every time, because this situation is a prime example of that. Because if you are to follow through on prosecuting these people for their crimes, it's going way deeper than just our government. It's going to other countries' governments. It's going to the highest levels of the elite, and there's a lot of risk in that. But that risk, is that really worth living with the fact that you're allowing pedophiles to continue and do what they have been doing without punishment, when you know for a fact this is what's going on and you have the power at this point to actually do something about it? That's integrity. And I also think a lot of these people who are trying to push it under the rug, they're I don't know what it is, if they're scared. Like you said earlier, let it all crumble, let it all fall down. It's a broken system. If this is what it's running on, it needs to go, and it can be rebuilt. It'll be hard, but it's worth it to know that we're protecting the most innocent people in our society. Like, there's no good society that has ever existed or will continue to exist if you're not taking care of your innocent. Like the elderly and the children, they have to be taken care of. If not, your society is so backwards, and it's
Yeah,
only a matter of time before it collapses. So that's
yeah.
what
I
I'm
think
afraid of
I
for
think
America,
I think
honestly.
society would be cooked regardless.
I emphasize again, it is free to join my community. The stocks I share are also free. The techniques and strategies I teach are also free. So please don't ask me if I charge a fee, and don't say it's a scam. I only need popularity and word of mouth, not the so-called membership fee. If you want to get the stocks I offer, please join me first. Make sure it fits your own ideas and then buy a little to verify. I only have one account and never charge any fees.
How Gen X are getting their teenage bodies back.
So this is my mom and this is my grandma. I recently posted a picture.
Yeah, fair enough.
By the way, I never want to ask a woman their age, but how old are you?
I am going to be 28 later this year.
So you're about my age. Wow, somebody
Yeah.
is my age. I gotta say, shout out to the older individuals that I love. We have a love and hate relationship. Boomers and I have a love and hate relationship.
too.
Baby boomers or people younger, we have a great relationship. If you're in your 50s, we have a great relationship. If you're in your 60s, we have a great relationship. It's that 65 and over crowd that sometimes we kind of go at it sometimes, but I love y'all regardless. But I do want to say I'm pretty happy seeing you on the channel. That's why I brought you up, because I'm like, man, she looks so young. So it's good to see young and older individuals kind of like talking and relating. It's a good thing. But Megan, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. God bless
All right.
you.
God bless you as well.
everyone.
All right, Megan. Shout out to you from Colorado. Somebody said something very interesting, and I want to get off this live stream, but man, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of the best live streams we've been cooking up. Gotta tell ya, man, these last few live streams have been amazing. Like, we've been cooking up. We've had really good conversations. All right, I'm gonna close it out with this because I do want to attack this point eventually later on, and I want everybody to listen to this. Why are people mad at Trump because of his Israel relationship? Many people are very hardcore Christians, right? They got the Bible, right? They got a Bible. They go, they open it, they read it, they read what's going on. They read the book of Revelations, they know what's going on. Bibi Netanyahu is someone who is of another religion. Israel is Jewish. They're Jewish people. We share the first half of the Bible. Then Jesus comes and kind of, things get intermingled, right? Jesus breaks the barrier of the walls. They don't accept Jesus as their Messiah, but we do, and we are expecting him to come back. They're waiting for their Messiah. The Jews are. I'm speaking of religion now. I'm not speaking of hatred. I'm not speaking of anything else. When you see the United States of America bow down to Bibi Netanyahu, knowing that there have been reports that Bibi Netanyahu was told by a visionary that he is going to be one of the guys that ushers in their Messiah, Al-Masih. Christians in America are looking at Trump like, we shouldn't play a part in blasphemy. I'm going to be honest. So that's why a lot of people that are Christian, hardcore Christian people that believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, the King of the Jews, knowing that we are assisting the Jews of today that don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah, that we are assisting in their Al-Masih. So I just think that it's a conflict of interest to be this faithful and be a Zionist. That's what bothers me about the boomers, because the boomers are the ones that really are like stuck on this, and they're Christians, but they believe we should like put like. Have you not paid attention to Bibi Netanyahu? He's there to do a favor, to work for and in behalf of bringing in the religion of the Torah, like the Torah, the book of the Torah, the religion of the Jews. It's different. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This has nothing to do with hatred. This is just religion talk. Because somebody made a comment and I couldn't pin it. But that's why a lot of Christians in America are like, when they see the type of relationship that we are building with this nation that does not believe that Jesus was the Messiah, and we are like putting them first, we're going to war for them, we're doing all this, we're doing all that, knowing that they're expecting their Messiah, even though we already know who the Messiah is. That's why a lot of Christians have a problem. That's my explanation. That's what I was thinking. I wanted to get that out. And I don't want you to think that it's like a hatred toward anybody, or that, because I don't need to. There's no need for that. It's just more like, what type of Christian are you? That's all. You know, that's my final thoughts. So that's it, bro. I think that's it. This was a very long live, longer than I wanted it to be. But yeah, I just, what if tomorrow, right? Let me just paint this picture. What if tomorrow the state of Israel announces that Al-Masih is here? What are you going to do then? It's a great question. I know I'm asking one of the greatest questions of this generation's time. Tomorrow, Bibi Netanyahu says, the Messiah is here. What are you going to do then as a Christian? Ted Cruz, what are you going to do? I just asked, that's the best question you can ask. Like that, I don't need to be that bright to know that. That's the crazy thing. Tomorrow, the state of Israel says, the country of Israel says, that's why a lot of Christians in America are iffy. They're like, you know, kind of not on the same page. That's why you see people acting the way. That's why you want to know what made Nick Fuentes pop? That. Why do people like Nick Fuentes exist? That specific. Nick Fuentes is popular because of that. You can make that same argument about the left. Why is Tariq Nasheed or Dr. Umar Johnson popular? All right, like you want to know why that is a thing? It's because of that. That's my opinion. That's what I see. And I'm not afraid to say it. It's like, yo, this is why people have become this. Obviously, they have their own racial undertones when they talk, and they stop being Christian the moment they measure America by its whiteness. Then that's when they lose me, because it's like, oh, you measure like what Jesus, what, you know. So it becomes that. But that's why their positions on Israel are very popular now. They're no longer considered anti-Semitic by the American people. Only ADL, only the Jews, or only people in Israel will consider that anti-Semitic. In America, a lot of Americans are like, nah, that's not anti-Semitic, bro. And that's a huge problem for the Republicans that are Zionists. They're losing the plot. That's why Candace Owens has become this popular. You want to know why? Why are you 65 and 70 years old, a boomer, and you hate Candace Owens? Because you love Israel the way you love Zionism. But why are you 45 and 35 and 28 and love her? Well, because you kind of agree with her. You know what I mean? This is the balance of life that I've come to find in this content creation world. Why are some people popular? You know, within certain age brackets and groups. This is it, you know? And why are the people mad at me, cursing at me, grown individuals in their 60s? I'm kind of figuring it out. You're giving yourself away. I know your age by the comments. That sucks. I could tell. Like, I know you are over the age of 70, bro. And somebody says, stop it with the age. No, I'm not going to stop it with the age because I think that we have a problem. We have a disconnect, and I don't want that. I want to be somebody that builds the bridge and tries to hang on to that. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. This Epstein stuff is building a bridge. You know what it is? This bridge is breaking. It's like falling apart. We are starting to disconnect age-wise, and it's becoming dangerous. Like, it's becoming dangerous, bro. Some people think I have a problem with older people. I don't. But again, like, if you're taking it to be that, then you're just not listening to what I'm saying. And you don't need to be here because you just don't. But I'm just saying, like, having that, like, Grace. I love Grace. I've met Grace a bunch of times, but that's the gap that's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. And it's getting bigger. And here I am trying to hang on to that. I'm trying to hang on to you. It's just becoming harder and harder, bro. Like, that's just what it is. You call me crazy all you want. You can go to Barry Cunningham's channel. You could go to Benny Johnson. You could go to Ben Dyke's channel. You can go to all these guys' channels. You can do that. Feel better about yourself. Or you could come here, be uncomfortable, have uncomfortable conversations. I'm for sure. I love those guys, but you could go to Benny Johnson. You could go to Charlie Kirk. What did Charlie Kirk do today? You want to know what Charlie Kirk did today? All this stuff is happening. You want to know what he's focusing on? DEI. When all the Epstein shit fails, they go start blaming race again. They go start blaming black people for this and that and the third. They start talking about this, that, and the third. Telling y'all, it's a thing. Go look at the way Charlie Kirk, on the day that the Epstein files news came out, want to know what he said? We should focus on Islam. The West, they're taking over the West. That same day, he didn't even wait 2 days. He said that Islam, conservatives need to focus more on Islam and not the Epstein files. That's what he said. And I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I'm not dumb, bro. You're trying to ignore this and jump right into coping in that way. And maybe some other people won't see it the way I do, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of these prominent people do this thing with shit gets uncomfortable. They go and start attacking the next group. And I'm like, what? Like, bro, leave black people alone for a few days, bro. Just chill. This has nothing to do with them right now. But that's the coping mechanisms that I've noticed. And again, you don't have to agree with me. But before I leave, I want to say thank you. I've been getting a lot of people saying that, Lou, I know there's people unsubscribing, but I'm a new subscriber. So if you're a new subscriber, thank you. And I love you and I appreciate you. And if you've been here from day one, or you've been here for a few months, or you've been here since yesterday, or you've been here, I want to say thank you, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do live streams. We're going to do panels. We're going to be lit. We're going to be, we're going to connect the bridge from the baby boomers to the boomers to the younger generations. I will never give up on y'all. And I hope that y'all don't give up on me. As I've noticed, y'all have been giving up on me. Y'all have been. I'm disappointed about that because I haven't given up on you. I might criticize you, but I will never give up on you, bro. All right? So stop giving up on me. Stop. Please. I don't deserve that. But things happen. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And with that being said, I'm ending this live stream. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having